How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Arsenal 6, Lens 0. And that was so easy, so comfortable. And we have done what we set out to do from the very beginning, which is qualify for the knockout rounds and finish top of the group. And we done it in emphatic style. What a performance. 6 different goal scorers as well. It was a phenomenal display of football. The first half was just breathtaking. And I tell you something, this is why teams in the Premier League defend so deep against Arsenal. This is why they play with low blocks. Because if you come out and you try to play football against Arsenal, you will get absolutely annihilated. And that's exactly what has been happening in the Champions League. Multiple games. We've had teams come out and try and just play normally against us, and we've dispatched them, especially at the Emirates. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, yeah, I can see why teams set up the way they do in the Premier League. In Europe, it don't really happen. And listen, if you want to go far in the Champions League, you need a bit of luck along the way. You need to have good draws along the way. If you think about some of the past winners, some of the draws that they've had, and, you know, the way they've been able to navigate away from potentially difficult matches. And I look at it and I think you've got the obvious one of Real Madrid, the likes of what Jude Bellingham's doing there right now. Vinicius, just frightening, isn't he? But I look at a team like Real Madrid, for example, and I think you could still get goals against them. It would be an unbelievable game, an unbelievably difficult game. But you get what I'm trying to say. Bayern Munich, again, it would be one of the toughest games. And then Manchester City. It's the one team that I want to avoid at all costs. If you're going to play Man City, I'd rather it be over one game in a final, not over 2 games. And it's, yeah, if you can avoid a team like Man City where you know each other so well, and oh man, I think that we've been very unfortunate, you know, during our times in the Champions League when we were playing in it consistently. You know, apart from the odd year where we got a favourable draw here or there, we was always getting drawn against prime Barcelona or a prime Bayern Munich. We was getting no luck at all. So, listen, you need luck along the way. And if we can get some draws, some good draws that is, then who knows where we could end up, you know, getting to in the Champions League. And listen, there's not a team in the Champions League that's going to want to play Arsenal. Not a hope in hell's chance are they going to want to play Arsenal. So, but yeah, listen, tonight's game, superb, absolutely superb. Started off as we meant to go on. Kai Havertz again with the goal. Brilliant poacher's finish. Second goal, Gabriel Jesus screaming at him to hit it first time with his left, and he's literally just chopped him. Bottom corner, lovely. Third goal, Bukayo Saka, bit fortuitous with the way that it came back from the keeper, hit him in the chest and went in, but they all count. Fourth goal was unbelievable. Martinelli, what a goal. And then the fifth goal, brilliant work with Saka and Tomiyasu. And then a wonderful finish by Martin Odegaard. And then the second half was one of those where the game's done. You're kind of like, right, let's make some changes. Let's, you know, do a few different things. And then, yeah, just kind of navigate it, take some players off, rest them up. And then we focus on Saturday's game against Wolves. And, you know, that was very evident in, you know, what Mikel Arteta done. There are some players that I would like to have seen. Couple of the academy boys, I really, you know, thought they were going to get their opportunity. You know, bringing on players like Eddie and stuff like that. We know, like, it just don't sit with me. I just would like to have seen one of them, you know, get their opportunity. But listen, it is what it is at the end of the day. Mikel's the manager. He knows what he's doing. And, yeah, we move on. And like I said, it's job done. When the draws were made and you were looking at them and you were thinking, right, Newcastle got the hardest out of the English sides with the group of death. And it looks now going into the final game that they're going to be, exiting the Champions League unless, something falls their way. I think PSG have got to lose and then they've got to beat Milan for that to happen. And then you looked at Manchester United's group and you would say, right, you've got the likes of Bayern Munich in there. Okay, that's a tough one. But you've got Galatasaray and you've got Copenhagen. Easy to navigate. Manchester United don't look like they're even going to get, Europa League. Bottom of their group going into the final game, and they've got to play Bayern Munich. And, they've got to beat them. And then they've got to hope that either Copenhagen or Galatasaray don't win, or like they're in a mess. Like they've messed it right up. And Man City, that was an easy one. You know what's going to happen with that. And then of course with our one, you were looking at it and you were saying that PSV difficult away from home. Sevilla predominantly stronger in the Europa League than the Champions League, but they have that European pedigree. And then Lens. And it was one of those where you say, yeah, you should be able to navigate this quite comfortably. And that's exactly what we did. We navigated it comfortably with a game to spare. And, like I was saying in my preview to the game, what it means now is that we can go into that final game against PSV, which is sandwiched right in between Aston Villa away and Brighton at home. And what that means now is that we can go to that PSV game and we can completely change the side. And I'm not saying, go out there and just put some random team together and we get beat, because you don't ever want to lose a game. But, maybe these youngsters will get an opportunity. Maybe players that are kind of on the fringes will get an opportunity. You might see Aaron Ramsdale come back in goal. You might see Kyrgios starting. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's so many players that you look at and think, yeah, they'll probably start. Maybe Jorginho, etc., etc. And Jorginho, he scored the sixth goal as well from a penalty spot. So look, listen, we got the job done, and that's the most important thing. We can't be moaning. We can't be, disappointed. Although some probably, will be, because some people just moan about everything. But listen, at the end of the day, top of our group in the Champions League, top of the Premier League, going into December and the Christmas period. What more do you want at the end of the day? What more do you want? It's, we can critique certain things and maybe certain ways that we play at times and it ain't right, or something might be wrong here or there, but you can't be unhappy. You can critique things, you can sit and go, maybe, but you can't sit and be moaning about that. Top of the Premier League, top of the Champions League group, and we're about to go into December. Come on now. So, listen, there we go. That is it for my match reaction. As usual, let me know in the comment section what you thought about the game, whether you agree with my opinions or not. Let me know and we'll debate it in the comment section. And yeah, listen, we move on to the Premier League on Saturday against Wolves. So we'll see what happens. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.